What if your AI coding assistant could keep working while you slept? Anthropic just shipped a feature called Sloop for Claude Code, and beneath its modest description as a scheduling tool lies something far more significant: a fundamental rethinking of what the human-AI development relationship actually looks like. The mechanics are straightforward. You define a goal, Claude Code takes it, works through the problem autonomously, checks its own progress, and keeps iterating for up to 72 consecutive hours. No prompting, no hand-holding, no babysitting. Think of it less like a chat interface and more like submitting a job to a compute cluster that actually understands your code base. Before Sloop, every interaction with Claude Code was synchronous. You prompt, it responds, you review, you prompt again. You were always the connective tissue in the loop. Asynchronous AI work removes you from the critical path entirely. This is the same cognitive leap developers made when they stopped running reports manually and started writing cron jobs. The moment presence is no longer required, the scope of solvable problems expands dramatically. There's a graveyard of tasks every engineering team knows they should do, but never gets to. Large-scale refactors across hundreds of files, repairing a flaky test suite, generating consistent documentation across a massive code base. These weren't impossible before. They were economically impractical. The time cost made them perpetually deprioritized. Loop doesn't make these tasks easier. It makes the time cost irrelevant, which is a completely different kind of unlock. Here's where intellectual honesty matters. An agent running for 3 days has enormous surface area for things to go wrong. A bad assumption at step 40 doesn't fail loudly. It quietly becomes the foundation for everything built afterward. By hour 60, you might have a structurally coherent but fundamentally broken solution that looks convincing until you actually run it. These failure modes are categorically different from a bad single-turn response, and they demand a different kind of vigilance from the developer. The discipline that matters in this new paradigm isn't prompt engineering in the clever trick sense. It's goal architecture. How clearly can you define the boundaries, success criteria, and constraints of a task before handing it off? Vague intent that produces mediocre results in a 30-second response produces catastrophic results over 72 hours of compounded decisions. Writing a precise, well-bounded task definition isn't overhead. It's the most important engineering work you'll do in that workflow. Zoom out and /loop is a data point in a larger pattern. AI coding tools are moving from responsive assistants you query to autonomous agents you delegate to. The mental model shifts from "what should I ask it" to "what should I assign it." That's not a subtle UX change. It reshapes how teams plan sprints, how individuals structure their workdays, and ultimately what software development as a practice looks like at scale. The practical takeaway isn't just use Loop. It's to start building the skill of structured task delegation, learning to decompose complex engineering work into well-bounded, verifiable goals that an autonomous agent can execute reliably. That skill will compound as these tools get more capable. The developers who thrive won't be the ones who write the cleverest prompts. They'll be the ones who build the clearest systems for what work gets done and how success is measured.